Hey guys, it's me again, and we're gonna go down in the mines. Psychic network? What is this? You guys, we're totally gonna see slime down here, and you're gonna see how poorly I deal with it. Oh dear. Guys, what do you think of Fortress Craft? I see a lot of people giving getting kind of worked up over Fortress Craft being like Minecraft, but I don't know. I haven't like looked into it or anything, but I think Minecraft is based on another game itself. And if Fortress Craft, if you don't know, it's an Xbox Live indie game that I believe is soon to be released in the beginning of March. And Fortress Craft is supposed to be, it looks like a differently skinned Minecraft, which is also going to have some mods. It's going to be standard in the game, but it'll be kind of like some of the mods in Minecraft. There's a minions feature. There's I think it's going to be more of an empire building type thing. I haven't done a lot of research. You should look it up yourself if this sounds interesting. A cheap, independently produced Minecraft like game with machines. There's going to be, and I've been saying ever since I've started playing this game, I wish that there were simple machines like pulleys, or if you could make ramps without tracks, like wooden ramps, or an axle and wheel. That would be so useful. You'd be able to I just think of all the things you could make. You could make like a real moving Trojan horse that you could like push to somebody else's castle on a multiplayer server. They're releasing it in episodes. I'm not sure if it's like they're gonna release different modes of the games in episodes. I'm not sure how the episode thing is going to be handled. All I know is they said they're going to release a couple different episodes or packages, stages. Anyway. Hope this is exciting for you guys. Oh, I read, if you guys are just looking for random tips, I read about the lighting, the best use of your lighting. Essentially, if you have a single block wide hallway, you have a lit area, and you're counting your first block in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For the most efficient placement of light, you put a torch on that 7th block. I think that putting it on the floor gives out the most light, and that's, well, it might. I don't know. It seems like when they're on the floor, as long as the ceiling isn't high, that's the best place to put the torches for lighting it up the most. And then you place every torch after that 5 away. And if you widen the hallway by 1, so it's a 2 wide hallway, you just have to subtract 1 block from all of those measurements. So you would go in 6 blocks instead and place your torch if it was a 2 wide hallway. And then you would go 4 blocks and put another one. So for a 20 wide hall, it would be, like 4 torches. I often have 5 or 6 torches because I've had, like I said, not a lot of luck with getting ambushed. I'm not very, I don't know what it is about this game, but I have a hard time. Maybe it's the lag. When I shoot, I do like to fight with my bow. I wish they were upgradable in some way, like with explosive arrows in multiplayer. Does that mod work in multiplayer? I don't know. But anyway, I try. Oh dear. Scary, scary. I don't think I can, like I was saying, I'm not very good at monster encounters, so I try to stay out of the dark as much as possible. I don't have enough torches made already, and stuff's gonna start spawning in there, so I don't really want to go in. I guess I'll just start making hallways to the side for now. Pick up this gold. Did I get it all? Okay. Take it back. Anyway, I'm not good at fighting in this game for some reason. And some of the monsters get me. It seems like they kill me really fast, and if there's more than one, well, I'm just kind of screwed. Stick that on the fire like a boss. Don't need quite that much protein for right now. But what else? Don't need this. Well, guys, what do you guys think? If you had this area, what would you put up in it? I'm wanting to maintain as much of it as possible, I think, the structure. So if you have any ideas for something that would be cool to put maybe in the center of all this, or I don't know, should I glass it all in? Should I make it all interior, like a big snow globe? It would take so much time. And I don't know how I would find all the sand for that, but I don't know. I wish there was a use for gold. And I think this, like, there's a lot of mods that, again, I need to try out as soon as I can get mods working in general on my game here. What does? I think this one's like fat. It's in here. Don't have a Mac attack. Wait, mock the talk. I'm gonna need to make some diamond tools if I'm gonna hang out around here for a while. Basically, guys, as soon as I can get mods working, I'm gonna do a new multiplayer server on a really cool, or not new multiplayer. I'm sorry, I wish we could host one with accessibility for everybody, but we just can't do that. I'm starting a new single player game. I've never played much in single player. As soon as I could get on, pretty much I was playing on the multiplayer. And when I play by myself, it feels lonely. So I'll start a world so I can play out the mods that I think are interesting that don't work with multiplayer. And I'll go to the Nether. I've never been to the Nether. It looks scary. If it has more monsters than here, which I'm pretty sure it probably does. I know you can't have water, or so if you catch fire, and there's fire everywhere. Oh goodness. I'm having a panic attack just thinking about it. So in this game, because I do a lot of building, I go for the diamonds and I do branch mining. If you don't know, branch mining is 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I get paranoid once it starts getting kind of, once I'm in the dark, I just start wanting to put a torch up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fish. Okay, whatever. Anyway, branch mining. You have a hallway, a main hallway down on, most people I think go for just level 13 through 16, so a 3 high tunnel. The main hallway, I make mine 3 so you can tell it's a main tunnel and not a side branch and arm. And just go in one direction until you hit, I don't know, lava or whatever. Go as far as you want in that direction or that direction or that direction. You can have, you know, across here, have arms going out in all directions without them intersecting. And go in 20 steps and pop a hole in the wall on this middle layer every other brick. I didn't do it on this side, but let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20. Go in 20. And if you find a deposit like I clearly did here, this might have been gravel. You always want to dig out gravel because there's always, it seems like, a mineral behind the gravel unless it's something that a human built with gravel. So if you find a gravel deposit, I've found diamonds behind gravel. I've found redstone, but redstone is like a nuisance to me, honestly. I found coal, lots of coal, and gold. So dig out the gravel. I know it's hard on the shovel and it takes a long time without a shovel, but it's worth it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But when you find a deposit, you just dig it out. And you'll find some of the more you dig, the more you'll see they grow in kind of a pattern. Well, they do grow in a pattern. And like the diamonds, for instance, you'll find like 2 usually right next to each other or 2, one on top of the other. And then if you dig around them, one of the adjacent blocks that is hidden behind the wall, like this one that if you knocked the brick next to it, you wouldn't find it. But after you dig it out, like if there were bricks here still, you couldn't see it. And people would be like, oh, there's nothing there. But no, you got to dig it all out. Not necessarily with iron like this, but if it's a diamond, you dig it all out and you'll usually find, you know, there's at least a cluster of 2 usually, 2 groups of at least 2. I usually find 4 at a time when I find diamonds. And you find diamonds a lot on this layer. And as I was saying before, sorry, I got kind of sidetracked. Imagine that. To know what level you're on, you go down to bedrock, which is this funny squarish brick. It's unbreakable. The only way you can build with it is if you hack it into your inventory. And you find the first layer of bedrock. The one that you find as clearly was here was not the first level because there was another one around it. So just dig out around and you'll find and see if there's any more. Just dig around. That looks like, I think it is the first layer. And then you count up from that 8. 5 and 8, 13, right? I'm terrible at math, but I think that's how it works. So level 13, and then you make it 3 high, 13 and 16. 13 and 16, between here, is where most of the diamonds occur. It's also where I find the most iron and coal and redstone. Redstone is one of the tougher things, and I don't make a whole lot of circuits, so I don't need a lot of redstone. So it just kind of gets in the way to me, and I ignore it most of the time. Just kind of dulls my pick and gets in the way. But it's pretty. I wish I could make a block of that. And decorate with it. I don't know if you guys ever played Animal Crossing, but it was like pre-Farmville. You have this village, and all the other people in the village other than you are these anthropomorphic people. These like they're dogs and cats and cows and birds and all kinds of animals, and they're all the other villagers, and they all have very weird social habits. Like they talk about dieting all the time. They anyway, this sounds totally bonkers, but anyway, it's kind of like Minecraft without mines. Like you're just building a town essentially, and trying to decorate your house and grow food. And one of the main things is it's mostly about collecting. It's about collecting wallpapers and making your house bigger, getting all the fish and putting them in the museum, and all the bugs and all the fossils. There are fossils you can dig out. And that game, when Zach and I first started dating, we played so much of that. We were in college. It was okay to do that. We played so much Animal Crossing. And we were serious. Like, we were serious about how much time each of us got. Because it takes a while to conduct your affairs in Animal Crossing. You gotta do a lot of fishing to catch a red snapper if you don't know what you're doing. I feel like the biggest nerd. That silly game that is basically like Farmville, as far as I understand. Farmville sounds a lot like that, except more farm oriented, obviously. Okay, so anyway, backpedaling about Fortress Craft. I don't know, it seems like it's a good thing for there to be a new approach to this game, like new gameplay modes that, and everybody knows like Notch does not program for this full time. To our despair at some points we are irritated by bugs, but I mean it's a really cheap game. It's a great game, and that's why it's wonderful that somebody else can take that and then improve it some. I mean, that's where the brilliance of humanity comes from. We can, from one generation to the next, make gradual improvements. And that's how video games have kind of worked. Like every little advancement has brought us to this, to where we're playing what looks like what a 3D game is imagined to be by somebody in the 80s. Like, this is a really high quality, like, 3D game you'd play in the mall. But no, I mean, video games they're like movies now, and a lot of them have, on their much lower budgets than movies, make a lot more money. As I understand it, video games are becoming a much more mainstream form of entertainment. There are video games for every member of the family. For the kids that like to play with their Legos, like me, we got Minecraft. And it's cool that someone else is coming out with a version of this game with different mechanics. I'll be really interested to see, like, I always thought it'd be cool to have a drawbridge in this game. Like I was saying, simple machines. I would love to have simple machines in this game. That would open up so many possibilities for like a PvP server. Where you have to like find a place on the map, I guess, and try to war with each other. That would be interesting. That's not something I would like to do, but I bet that would be really funny to watch. I have no idea. Maybe, I mean, that probably already goes on, but I don't. This is the only multiplayer server I've ever played on. I haven't visited any other ones. And like I said, I'm not good at fighting in this game. So I wouldn't personally want to play on it. But I mean, I've thought about, like Roz has talked about making a pig racing stadium of some kind. Like, I don't know where I am. I'm just digging and talking. So pig racing. And then I said, I came up with an idea of a modified version of baseball where there's the diamond and you still try to get around the diamond, but maybe people are shooting at you from the like bases. I don't know. We were talking about like Clark's tennis court, which is, it's tennis except instead of a racket, you play with arrows and a bow. And instead of trying to get it over the net, you're just trying to hit each other. Well, guys, I hope that was fun for you to go down there. Maybe, you know, guys, I think maybe slimes mostly will spawn around lava because that's where I tend to see them. And I don't know if I've hit lava down there. I don't see any slimes, is what I'm saying, which is a huge relief. I'd like to find some diamonds while I'm not encountering slimes. But, okay, I'll sign off for now. Guys, go check out Zach's new videos. I'm going to continue to be commenting in Dead Space. So check me out over there too, AshleyScottGames. Bye, guys.